Hello and welcome. Today we are going to factorize algebraic expressions with the first term being negative. Okay, we start with the question. Factorize minus 4x plus 8. Now, the main problem in this question is the first term inside the bracket has to be positive. So whenever you see a negative term here, that has to be taken out. So here we are going to first remove the negative. Okay, I'm just going to rewrite the question and then we are going to do a few things. Plus 8. Now that is going to be, I'm going to take the minus outside first. So when I take the minus outside, this minus becomes plus and the plus becomes negative first. Now I have to consider the numbers 4 and 8. Now 4 and 8 both will be divisible by 4, or 4 goes into 4 and 8. So I'm going to take 4 outside. So I've taken minus outside. Now I'm taking 4. When I take 4 outside, 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. Okay, there is nothing else common, so I'm going to start opening the bracket. Open the bracket. Now because I've taken all those things, this is the left, so minus becomes plus, the 4 is taken out, so it's 1, so it's plus 1 or just 1. Then this sign is the one you have to put in now, it's minus 2. But okay, what mistake I'm doing is 1x, so it has to be x minus 2. So it's 4 minus 4 bracket x minus 2. That's your answer. Okay, we'll do another one. Now this time I'm taking the question as minus 7x minus 21y. Okay, now as I told you before, the first term inside the bracket cannot be negative, so you have to take the minus outside. So I'm going to rewrite the question again. Minus 7x take away 21y. Okay, I've taken the minus outside first. Okay, if I take minus outside, this minus becomes plus. You have to change the sign. This minus also becomes plus. Okay, then I have to consider the number part, which is 7 and 21. Okay, in 7 and 21, 7 goes into both 7 and 21. So I'm taking 7 outside. Now when I take 7 outside, the 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 21 3 times. Now when you look at the component of the pronumeral, there is nothing common, so I'm going to leave them as it is. So now I can open the bracket. Now plus 1x or just x, then this sign I have to use, which is plus 3y. So that is your answer. So you can factorize minus 7x minus 21y as minus 7 in bracket x plus 3y. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Okay, see, I'm going to have minus 8mn plus 12m. Okay, when I look at this question, as usual, I must take the minus side outside first. I'm going to rewrite the question again, which is minus 8mn plus 12m. Okay, as I told you before, I have to take the minus out. So first thing I have to take the sign, which is minus out, because the first term has to be positive. If I take minus, this minus becomes plus, this plus becomes negative first. Now I have to look at the number component, which is 8 and 12. We have to look for a number which goes, the highest number possible, which goes in both 8 and 12. Obviously 4 goes into 8 and 12, so I write 4. As soon as I write 4, I have to write 4 goes into 8 twice, 4 goes into 12 3 times. We write that. Now next I have to look at the pronumeral part. I have m and m, so like m and m, so that means m is common. I'm going to take m outside. If I take m outside, this m will disappear, this m will disappear. Okay, now we have to look at the next component, n and 1, there is nothing common. So now I'm going to open the bracket. When I open the bracket, plus 2n, whatever is left over, 2 and n, which is 2n, then the sign is not plus anymore, it's minus just 3. So that is your answer. Okay, so minus 8mn plus 12m can be factorized as minus 4m bracket 2n minus 3. Okay, we do one more question. I just take 20 minus 20 x y z minus plus 15 x y minus 10 x z. Okay, when you look at this question, there are 1, 2, 3 terms. There are 3 terms. Now the first job is remove the minus. I rewrite the question again so that it's easy to cross out some numbers. Equal to minus 20 x y z plus 15 x y minus 10 x z. Okay, first I have to take the minus outside, so obviously the minus goes out. That means this sign becomes plus, this becomes take away, this becomes plus. Now I have to write the numbers. The numbers are 20, 15 and 10. So what goes in 20, 15 and 10, which is 5 obviously. So it's 5. I'm going to write 5 here outside. Now as soon as I put 5, I'm going to see how many 5s in 20, which is 4, how many 5s in 15, which is 3, 5s in 10, which is 2. Now I have to look at the pronumeral part. I'm just going to write x, x, x. That means all of them has x. I'm going to write x. When I write x, I'm going to cross the x in everything. Then when I look at anything else, y, there's no y in all the 3. I can't do it, so that's about it. So now I'm going to open the bracket. When I open the bracket, now I have the sign plus. I don't need to write plus. 4yz. 4yz. The next sign is going to be take away. Then 3 and y left over, 3y. And then the sign is plus 2z. So that is your final answer. Okay.